Yo, it's Mac from the Everyday Nobody's Podcast. I know you see the title, so let's get straight to it. Mona. I made a video about Mona on the JBP last week, and it had my comment section on fire. People were pissed at what I had to say. In the video, I was basically speaking about how Mona has these thirsty antics towards people on the cast.
That's the point.
Not me either.
That's
I only
the
call
point.
you
You don't
pretty.
say a word.
Get
They
off his
saying
dick.
I call you pretty for 45 minutes.
Like, ooh, I don't be mad.
I call you pretty for 45 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
dog.
the bully bitch.
He's beautiful.
If we say,
please don't get
damn,
us started,
all right, we
bro.
lasted 10 seconds before Mona.
What?
Mona jump on dick fast.
Oh my God.
Let the boy breathe for
That's
a
why
little
he
bit.
sent the email
I
because
need-
he be watching.
I
them.
need
That's why he
everybody
sent
in
it.
here to know that I compliment all my brothers. Don't I compliment y'all?
Yes,
If
you do.
I'm just a complimenter, I can't help it. And this is better than all of us.
Thank you.
I'm tired of just saying it's me. He look better than y'all too. And y'all know it.
Okay.
You too, bump it up. Don't you look at the corner of your eye. This beautiful who used to walk in with Shirley's on.
you still
in the
got
day.
him too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dog.
You still got him.
If that walked in here with a Shirley on, I passed the out.
He still got him. He
You
just
be
That's
about
too
to
much.
pass out off the
Off
it be
the
off
sweatsuit.
the laundry
So
day.
imagine the Shirley.
The people that are only listening don't know that you're beautiful.
That's why I be trying to describe this nigga.
Mona.
Did you read them
Mona.
comments?
Jealous of you. First of all, your work boyfriend is so fun. Oh
Yeah,
my God,
yeah.
you be doing it to that boy in that closet. Never mind.
It's true. No, it's
you
true.
do. You be,
It's true. You be
Y'all gonna
at
break
work.
together?
You get
We were talking about how good the dick is when you sneak your coworker.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us when you ate that at the copy machine.
Yeah. Some people look at it as, hey, she's the bro. She's just a comedian doing comedy. And I looked at it like, yeah, but I've seen female co-hosts on the podcast. And when this type of narrative gets spun, eventually it gets taken too far because Joe likes to take it too far. So that's all I was saying. But I just come here to say I'm standing on it. I believe that wholeheartedly, and I'm not moving from my point. I do think if she don't stop, it'll go bad. But that's not what this is about. Because a lot of people from that video think I don't like Mona, even though I said in the very beginning, I like Mona. I watch Mona. I watch her podcast. I don't know where the miscommunication is. It's almost like if you criticize anything that somebody does, it's as if you don't like them. When I do. I definitely like her over Melissa Ford, even though I understand that their roles in the JBP community were completely different. Melissa Ford's job was to be kind of the antithesis of the argument because she was the one female in the room and she calls herself a girl's girl. Mona, she's a comedian and she's like a guy's girl. She's like a good hang. So Mona is here not necessarily to agree, but her stance in general is agreeable with men because that's just how she gives it up. So of course she's going to mesh a little better with a group of men where Mel, her job was not to mesh. She was almost sent there to be a punching bag, not really for lack of better words, but yeah, that's really what she was there for because she's always going to take the girl side of things in a room full of heathens. But I feel like in the long run, with just a little bit of guidance, Mona will end up meshing better than Melissa Ford ever did because she is a girl, but she just kind of fits in. She can do the locker room talk and not be offended by everything. So like over the past couple of weeks, a lot of people, especially on Twitter or X, whatever, and on Facebook, blah, 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 they've been saying that Mona is ruining the pod. They say she talks too much, she's cutting people off, and she's kind of messing up the chemistry. I tend to think you guys are being a little too hard on Mona. I think because people from this community don't necessarily watch her podcast, they don't realize that Mona is a real deal quarterback on her podcast. She's a real A-Mike. Like if you watch her podcast, you will know that she runs everything by herself. Now, she does have like 3 other people that are helping. They kind of just chime in though. It's really for her to get off her stream of thoughts, crack a couple jokes, talk about a few topics and keep it moving. But the people that are there, do they talk? Yes. But it's really throwing her assists so she could dunk it. It's not really about them at all. She's the center point of every conversation.
And I told this, I said, don't put that on camera. I don't want nobody to know. He's like, oh, why does it matter? And you know what I thought to myself? Why the fuck do this? Why do they talk back? I don't have a problem being the leader I don't have a problem saying we gotta do this, we gotta do that. I have a problem when I say stuff, people say stuff back. And then I'm supposed to say something, they supposed to say something. They call it a conversation. I don't have conversations, I have dissertations. TED Talks. Shut up in this house!
The other people, they're really just there to ad-lib. Imagine this. Imagine if Joe had his podcast, right? But instead of like being interested in everyone else's narrative, and instead of like asking people how the week went, all that blah, 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 imagine if it was just topic based. Joe knew what he wanted to talk about. And then instead of having all these personalities, he just had 3 different parks. Like you had a Parks over here, a Parks over here, a Parks over here. So as Joe is ranting and getting his shit off, it's just somebody throwing assists. Maybe a few little ad-libs here, a small joke here, and it just keeps the conversation flowing. That's how Mona's podcast runs. Her castmates are to be seen and barely heard. So when you take that dynamic of a person and put her in a room with 5 to 6 other mics, yeah, it's going to be a little chaotic in the beginning. That's until she gets comfortable. Well, my question is, did you guys think Flip was just killing it when he first came? Like, you thought he was just smoking shit? Or did he have to get accustomed to this environment? Are we going to really act like Queen's Flip was perfect? He wasn't interrupting. He wasn't randomly singing songs in the middle of topics. Like, that's what we're going to do? Flip was basically rambunctious when he first got here. He was just being very loud and annoying. And then when a sports topic came up, he would get quiet and completely disengage. He'd be on his phone and everything. He was just completely out of the picture. And for obvious reason, Flip doesn't know anything about sports. So, yeah, I don't mind him being quiet, but let's not act like he wouldn't be all the way up here and then just completely disengage and be drifting off into space. Long bathroom breaks, all kind of stuff. I would say at least Mona's trying. Like if she doesn't know, she doesn't mind asking. The only problem is Joe doesn't always want to teach. He wants people to be informed. So it's not bad that you're quiet, but it is bad when you're quiet and disengaged. I think there's only 3 things that Mona needs to work on, and if she gets this right, she'll be fine. Everybody will be back on her dick. First thing, don't be so long-winded, because Joe likes to kind of play hot potato. He don't like people to harp and be circular in the conversation. You can shut that down, you'll be fine. 2, she just needs to allow a little dead air. That means when you've gotten your statement off or you gotten your joke off, just let it die. Not saying that it's going to completely fall flat, but there's 5 and 6 other mics. So somebody's probably going to come in and scoop it up. You just have to trust that somebody's going to be able to take the conversation further. But I think because she's a comedian, like when you tell a joke and it falls flat and it gets quiet, you think, oh, I'm bombing. So you think I got to talk more. But that's not the case when you have 6 different mics. Somebody's going to pick it up. Just trust the process. When you're running a podcast the way she does it, where it's, like I said, it's pretty much her by herself with a few ad-libbers, that dead air is deafening. You don't really want that because it's just a bad listening experience. But like I said, you have a bunch of other people that can comment. So just trust them. But even that just comes with time and comfortability with the crew. She hasn't even been here that long. And then if you add how long she's been there, it's not like she's working every week. She's kind of working sporadically a little bit. And the last thing is just be a little more researched. As an A-Mic, she makes a lot of strong stances. And if you're going to make strong stances, just be accurate on what you're saying. And also, there's a lot of JBP lore. This podcast has been around for like over 800, really closer to like 1,200 episodes if you include Patreons and stuff. This podcast has been around a long time. So kind of, try to do some research on the lore of the podcast, because there's a lot of times where they'll bring up something that has clearly been explained 3-4 times on the podcast, but because she wasn't a person who actually watched the podcast, she doesn't know. So she wants to get caught up, and nobody really wants to fill her in on what the joke is about. You just kind of got to let it pass. So either get used to letting things pass and not being in on the joke, or go back and do your research. Because, Joe, like I said, he's hot potato with it. He's not going to want to explain everything. I think if she could just get over these few small humps, she'll be just fine. Y'all just got to give her some grace, because, goddamn, y'all hard on somebody who just started a job. Like, was y'all managers as soon as you got to your job, or did you have to learn the system? But yeah, that's all I'm saying. But what do I know? I'm just an everyday nobody. Tell me what you think in the comments. 1, is Mona the missing piece that they need, or is it just too many mics? Tell me what you think in the comments, like and subscribe. And if you like this video, check out this video I did about Poetic Flacco kind of being a bootlicker to no jumper. I'm out. Hype me up. Peace.